Gracie, let's watercolor. Hi everybody, it's Gracie and April. We're back and we are going to show you another technique with the Zig Clean Brush Markers. Last time we did it, we just colored in one image. So we stamped, we left a lot of white space and colored in one image. This time we're going to color in the whole image and we're going to use some water. What you're going to need in order to do this watercolor technique are some Zig Clean Brush Markers, and I have chosen these three. And what I'm doing is I'm going by Roy G. Biv. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So I'm going to be going blue, violet, red in this order. And this is the order that my images are going to be colored in. I have a sentiment by Paper Smooches. And then I have the most important part, which is a stamp that has a lot of open area, and it is from Dare to be Artsy, and this is the whole set. I will be using these other stamps. I really like this stamp set. I had not had any experience with Dare to be Artsy previously, but I'm a big fan. You will need some Versamark ink, because we are going to emboss, and that is part of what makes this project so much fun, and it's less stressful as far as watercoloring. You'll need some watercolor cardstock, and this is cut by 5 1/4 by 4. I am using my embossing buddy to get rid of any excess static and put a little powder layer down so that hopefully my embossing powder won't stick to those spots where I don't want it to. I think that's it. You need water and brushes, and that'll get you going. So let's hop to it. I plan on doing some masking. So I have these two masks that I had cut out previously. I'm going to pull my mouse pad in here, and I'm going to put a butterfly here, and I'm going to go ahead and put another butterfly down at the top, and I'm going to put them at different angles to add a bit of interest. I'm going to pull my embossing powder over, find my spoon, and this is black embossing powder mixed with clear. I learned this technique when I worked at Archivers. And go ahead and get this other butterfly embossed. I have embossing powder sticking everywhere. I don't know what's going on. I was even good and used my embossing buddy. Wow. So what I like to do is grab a brush that I'm not real fond of, and I use it to flick off the embossing powder that's landed where I didn't want it to. I don't suggest storing your spoons in your embossing powder. It's messy, messy, messy. But I don't lose them that way either. So you know, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Fortunately, I'm going to be doing some splatting on this, so hopefully this excess embossing powder isn't going to be too big a deal. I don't know what's going on with it. Alright, so now I'm going to get out my heat tool, and it's going to get a little noisy, but I wanted to show you this technique. I start out underneath. because I have a problem with embossing powder flicking. So if I heat it from underneath and get that kind of sticky, then I can heat it from the top, and I don't seem to have as big an issue with it flicking everywhere. Now I'm going to use my masks, and I'm going to cover both of these butterflies. These don't have any sticky on them, so you don't have to have the big silhouette tape, like Post-it note tape, in order to accomplish this. And I'm going to mask so that this butterfly looks like it's flying behind the other two. And it's kind of flying up at an angle. Okay, and then I'll heat emboss this. Now I'm going to, just around the edges of the image, color with the blue. And I'm going to do one wing at a time. Just coloring around the outside of the outline, and the embossing, the dark embossing, helps you to stay in the lines. Alright, then I'm going to dip my brush in water. I'm going to start out with a bigger brush. I think this is a number 7. See that it says 7 on it. I'm assuming it is. And I am going to take most of the water off of my brush. And then, not going all the way to the outer edge of the blue, I'm going to pull in the color with my wet brush. And I'm going to wet my brush again and again, take almost all the water out of it, because the more water you use, the less vibrant your color will become wherever you touch where the marker is with the wet brush. And I also want to blend from the outside to the inside so that you don't see a stark line. And then that's it. So I'm going to take my blue again, and in the smaller area I am going to use the blue around the outer edge of this section of the wing. I'm going to dip my brush in the water, get rid of the majority of the water, and just lightly blend from the outer edge of the dark color to the center of this piece of the wing. Now this piece is small, so I am touching even the edge of my color, because I don't want there to be a really stark contrast between the dark and the light. Again, I'm just going to go around the outside edge of this tiny part of the wing, wet my brush, take most of the water off, and just lightly pull it in. Now if you notice, my brush is more wet this time than it was last time, so my blue isn't as vibrant. But that's okay. We can have a little contrast in our watercolor. And I'm going to just pull the blue from the portion of the wing that's touching the butterfly's body for this particular portion. And then it's going to be light up to the band across the wing. And I'm going to kind of, like I said, I don't want there to be a stark line. So I'm going to pull, going almost to the edge, but not quite. And then there's one more wing. And I'm going to do this wing the same way that I did the other wing. This blue is very, very juicy, which is good. That way my color stays really dark. I'm not going to have a, you know, a real washed out blue butterfly. It's going to be a very vibrant blue butterfly. The blue butterfly, I don't know if y'all watch Castle or not. I'm obsessed with Castle and Friends, and there was an episode with the blue butterfly. So the next color that I'm going to use is violet. Finished coloring the butterflies. I think they turned out really well. And now I want some black splotches to go along with my black embossing splotches. So I'm going to take some Mr. Huey's Color Mist, and I'm going to unscrew the top, and I'm just going to get some black splotches. I don't want to touch this card until it's fully dry to put it together, so I was going to show you another card that I did that is very similar. And that's the final product. I hope that you take some time to break out your watercolor markers. I'm really loving these Zig Clean Brush pens. They, I must say, are my favorite marker. And I will have some more videos on some more techniques that you can use with them. Everybody have a great day, and I will catch you next time. Bye. I'm trying to bring big hair back. Join me. #BringBigHairBack.